Fall means football. Logos on this episode of Making a Mark.
Scabba-dee, scabba-dee,
Boo.
scabba-dee, dabba-dee, scooby-wee,
Bee.
scabba-dee, scooby-bow.
Skibidi-bop.
Making a mark.
So even though it's not officially fall until September 22nd here in the Northern Hemisphere, I always associate fall with football. Football is my favorite sport to watch, particularly college football. So on this episode, I thought I'd whip up something real quick, fast, that kind of represents, fall football, the start of the season, So we think fall, first thing you think, changing of the leaves. So I started with the leaf here in my good old sketchbook. So start with the leaf, and I kind of did a general shape of a leaf, kind of making sure that everything is going to be symmetrical as I like, because so basically I started on one side, went to the other, and then as I went along I decided, okay, where could I put a football? So I decided to put the football in the middle there and see how that goes. Also, this is why you use a sketchbook, because a sketchbook allows you to play with the least amount of effort. So you're not, messing with vectors, you're messing with just good old pencil and paper. So try to see about, maybe putting the goalpost in there, just seeing what can work. So after the sketch, after the sketch party, you go to the vector party. So we pop into Adobe Illustrator. So once, after I've gotten the sketch, kind of just because the sketching in my sketchbook is kind of to get me to be like, okay, this is the concept I'm going for. Okay, so this is the possibility. So once I get into Adobe Illustrator, that's when we really see how we're going to make this work in vector form. So of course, I start with the leaf. Now with the leaf, with any kind of shape like this that is not just a square, circle, any kind of simple shape, what I do is I like things to be symmetrical. So I draw it the way I want to on one side, and then I copy that and then paste on front and then reflect it and then move it over to the other side. So because once I have it the way I want on one side, I can just flip it and then make it work on the other side, combine the two, then combine those paths, and then boom, there you go. Now, I came into a little trouble because the way I drew it initially, the shape wasn't quite right. So I had to kind of add a little bit more to the shape on one side and then copy paste the same MO I did for the leaf overall. Now, as far as the football, I went through a couple of possibilities, and instead of going with exactly what I sketched out, I actually went with just a stroke, just representing kind of the top of the football. So I didn't try to really illustrate the entire football, but just have a shape in the leaf to where you knew that was a football. And it's also kind of like, I don't know if you technically call them veins, but it kind of looks a little bit like what one of the veins of a leaf would look like. So I thought it was pretty cool. Then at the bottom, I made the stem, put the stem there, and then I stumbled upon a really cool idea with the goalpost, to where the part of the goalpost is actually represented through negative space. Boom. Fall football. Excited, get hyped. That's it for this episode of Making a Mark. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this series? What would be another idea that you might like to see me try next in this video series? Make sure as you go along in life, you teach as you learn and you inspire as you do. See you next time.